Right. So we went over jobs, milestones, cost categories, adding data to your project, and basically tracking and managing this project data. Now, something I'd like to introduce is the ability for you to change the way you view jobs. And we have two other views other than the tabular view of jobs that we've looked at so far. We have a hierarchical view. So here you go, we can see the jobs in way of a hierarchy. In this case, we see Jenny's home and we see all of the jobs. And this goes back directly to using the child jobs functionality that we looked at earlier. So if I go and I view a job here, if you remember, there's a child jobs section. So if we had any child jobs for clearing the land within this hierarchical view, you would be able to see the jobs under clearing the land as an example. So let's build out a hierarchy. Now let's go to John's home and let's add the jobs for John around his foundation, right? So I'll go to the hierarchical view here and I'll say, hey, let's add a job, but instead of adding the jobs directly, I'll create a parent job. And let's say this is to prepare and cast the foundation, right? And remember, we wanted this in August, so I'll go ahead and update that. And this is superstructure. All right, I'll go ahead and hit save. And there you go. We have a job for preparing and casting the foundation. And then what I want to do is add all the foundation related jobs as child job to this. So again, superstructure, and I'll create these as one after the other. And let's just say sometime in August, right? Remember to set your end date after your start date. So demarcate and sand filler foundation strip. I'll add that. Compact and add the blinding layer for the foundation. I'll add that. Prepare and install the rebar into the foundation. I'll add that. And then last but not least, cast a foundation. Let's say we're using 4 to 500 psi concrete. I hit save. So now I've added those jobs as sub job to prepare and cast the foundation. And here you see we now have a hierarchy. And you can continue building this down to so many levels. And as you build this out, you have horizontal scrolling, and then it'll scroll vertically as well, depending on how big this gets. And of course, if you have a larger screen, it's even better for this. We do also have a PDF export. So let me just go ahead and download this PDF so you can see what it looks like. If I click PDF there. All right, so yeah, there you go. And I'm going to go ahead and open this PDF, and there you go, right? So you'll see what this looks like. And of course, if this is a larger project, you'll see this in much more vivid detail. Now, I wanted to show you what the job itself looks like. So let's switch back to our tabular view. You'll notice all the jobs are already here, so there's no need to import, export, that type of thing. And if I open prepare and cast foundation, what you'll see is that all of the child jobs from the hierarchy view are listed as child jobs for preparing and casting a foundation. So this is a really cool job, sub job, or job, child job workflow that you can implement within Techlify Works if you use this in your project. The other thing I wanted to show you is the other view rather that I wanted to show you is the calendar view. So if I click on the calendar view here, what you'll see is that our jobs get populated in a calendar. And of course, we only have a few jobs here for July. Let me just zoom out here. And if I switch over to August, you'll see we have a few jobs here as well. But as you add more jobs in, you'll see more and more jobs here. And if your jobs span multiple days, you see it span multiple days on the calendar based on the planned start and end date. The other thing is, if you have different assignees for jobs, the color of the jobs change. And of course, all of your standard filters for jobs are available. So if you wanted to see, hey, show me all the jobs that James is responsible for, or show me all the jobs within this milestone or within this cost category, you have the ability to filter and your jobs will show up on the calendar. So let's say, we wanted only the superstructure jobs here. Go ahead and search for the superstructure. Yeah, there you go. Our superstructure jobs are here. And if we go back to July, the land prep jobs no longer show up. So these are two views that we have alongside the standard tabular view, and you'll see our filtering remains. So let me just remove these filters. There we have all of our jobs. So some really cool display and use cases that can really help you to view what is happening within your projects and within your organization